Super short for time tonight, guys, so we're gonna keep it real quick because I got a lot of analysis I gotta do. It's gonna take me a while to really get through everything that happened today. But the Nasdaq continued its uptrend today on volume well above average, not higher than the day before, but I don't care. It's a big confirmation of the sell-off that started on Friday, and the fact that we took away all of those gains and finished up higher over the 2-day session by 0.41% is absolutely incredible. So Russell or Nasdaq is looking amazing. Russell 2000, same similar situation. No oscillators on these charts because they're all overbought. There's no need in looking at them. But remember, overbought markets can become more overbought, as we saw today. Very, very, very powerful rally. S&P 500, similar situation. Dow Jones Industrial Average, similar situations. Dow Jones Transportation Average still lagging a little bit, but overall the chart looks good and everything looks great. Nasdaq 100 also new highs on heavier volume. Now, there's a lot of trading management going on here. So yesterday I had to set some sell stops with the 10-day moving average breaks on heavier volume on PayC and LCI. LCI, man, at first the sell stop looked brilliant as the damn thing sold off below 60, but it's reversed all the way back on much higher volume. Position has to go back on no matter what. So everything that I sold off this morning at around 62.15 needs to go back on immediately. So LCI will have our full position back on this one. And then PayC, it hit the intraday stop barely, obviously, under 31.56. So it sold it off, and we came back today, but we're closing just 1 cent above where we open. And while that's good enough to put it back on, I'm limited with cash and had a lot of new positions. So if we're just going by my cash margin account's fine. If you want to put PayC back on now, you can. My buy stop's going to be above 32.54. Then it will go back on. But for now, I'm not doing anything. And then CBPO, that should be back on by now. But once again, I'm in a dilemma with my cash account that I just don't have enough cash, and I got too many new long signals, and CBPO doesn't look as great as it used to, even though it's recovered that sell-off. The fact that it even fucking had that sell-off to begin with on the 24th, as you can tell by my voice, pisses me off in the first place, and shows me that something, whoever's operating the stock is not operating it correctly. Damn thing should never pull back like that if it's going to reverse like it did today, or past 3 sessions. But CBPO still is on to go. Also, data reverse, still don't want to add that one back. And ZLTQ, those were the hard sells, and they remain that way. Intraday, DXCM, another 50% of my position got sold off by an end-of-day basis. This is a 25% sell position, as it's another heavier volume sell-off. And even though we're above the 50-day moving average, chart's pretty ugly compared to a lot of the other strong stocks out there. VDSI, this is a 25% sell signal, technically with the heavier volume and everything. I've got such a small position now that there's no point, so I'm not going to do anything. But once again, VDSI 25% sell with the above average volume, close below the 50. This stock won't probably be a full sell until it closes below the 200-day moving averages. By the time, even if it works around sideways here, this will match up with that support area, and a break below these lows, VDSI will be completely gone, as we have too many good stocks. And Core, blasted through my sell stops. I had sell stops just below these lows at 66.61, and I had sell stops below these lows at 64.72. Went through both of them, looked like great, excellent, good thing, and still by the end of the day it was a good thing. But when it looked really smart was when it was down at 60, and it's reversed to 64. So now on an end of day basis, this is not a 100% sell. This is a 50 to 75% sell. And with the big intraday reversal, we'll see how it reacts. But it closed above where our signal date high day was 60.23. So with it closing above 60.23, it's a good to go. If it would have closed near its low day, 59.76, obviously full sell end of day basis. But if you're still long the stock Core, yeah, you can go ahead and hold on to it. Maybe put your final sell stop below 58.51. I don't know. Maybe even put it below 59.76. That's where I would do it either way. But I'm all out of Core. We'll have to see it reverse if I'm going to get back in. But Core 50% sell in today. Me 100%. New long positions. Out of my CanSlim quality scan, CYBX. Recent earnings winner. Digested the gains nicely. Now closing at the high of day today on strong volume, or near the high day today on strong volume. holding all the gains post earnings. So CYBX is a 2.5% long position. If I can't put all my account capital in that in the cash account, it'll probably be like around 2%, but it's a pretty important deal. And then going to add to EW, 2.5% add position. This obviously would be would actually be like a 4% add position, but with the cash account, I'm operating so small that that's impossible. So it'd be 2.5% at most. Once again, it can't be, so it's probably going to be 2% CYBX, 2% EW, and then 2% MRCY. MRCY is following through on the Friday signal with a higher volume surge, a higher BOP surge, and a little price surge. This was in the price volume BOP scan, in my 20 days price volume BOP surge scan, in my 20 days green BOP scan, and in my CAN Slim scan. So this is an add. Normally that'd be a 4.5% add position, but because of how limited capital, that will also be about 2%. 246. And then I'm actually getting long stock that I've given it as an add signal recently that I didn't get a position in. MSTR was a long signal back here, but I wanted my limit order to fill me around the 170.92 level, and that did not happen following the breakout. Excuse me, that's not right. Wanted to get it filled around the 170 level, and I didn't get that pullback the day after the breakout as it hit 172.60 whatever. But now it's been consolidating on lower volume, higher volume surge today. MSTR isn't a CAN Slim quality stock, but it's a perfect speculator scan stock. So since I've already initiated a long position in this for you guys, but haven't taken a position, that's why everything has to be done the way it is in my cash account for me today. So 2 in MSTR, 2 in CYBX, 2 in EW, 2 in MRCY, and that leaves just enough left for the other long signal, which is a totally speculative one, CHGG. This is a recent earnings winner that's being followed by some penny stock superstars, the best of the best. I follow a lot of different places to try to get my own trading ideas with my own technical analysis. So whenever I see a chart like this that passes my criteria and it's being followed by some extremely intelligent penny stock trading, earnings winning, playing penny traders, then I take notice. So CHGG is a 1% speculative long position also. Okay, that's it, everybody. I got to run. I'll see you on Tuesday.